Inventory's running low, that killer marketing campaign you cooked up needs funding, or maybe you've spotted the perfect new product to add to your lineup. This is where Shopify Capital comes in, a financing option built right into your Shopify dashboard, tempting you with quick cash to fuel your business growth. But before you jump in and hit that accept button, let's pump the brakes a sec. Shopify Capital might seem like a magic money machine, but like any financial tool, there are pros and cons to consider. Today, we're diving deep into the not-so-rosy side of Shopify Capital to help you decide if it's the right fit for your e-commerce dreams. Con number 1. Limited eligibility, uncertain selection. Imagine this. You're pouring your heart and soul into your store, and then Shopify Capital pops up, dangling the promise of financial freedom. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, hold on there. Shopify Capital operates on an invitation-only basis. There are no set criteria they release publicly, so you basically have to hope and pray you'll get that golden ticket. This lack of transparency can be frustrating. You might be running a killer business, but without that invite, there's no way to access those funds. And even if you are lucky enough to get the nod, be prepared for a bit of mystery. The exact terms and rates you'll qualify for can be a bit of a guessing game. Con number 2. Short-term loans. Big impact. Shopify Capital offers 2 main funding options: capital advances and capital loans. Capital advances are essentially merchant cash advances, a short-term financing option where you repay a percentage of your sales daily. This might sound convenient, but here's the catch. Repayment terms are typically on the shorter side, around 12 months. That can put a strain on your cash flow, especially if your sales are seasonal or fluctuate. Every day, a chunk of your income is automatically going towards repayment, limiting your ability to reinvest in your business or handle unexpected expenses. Con number 3. The true cost of convenience. Let's talk about the bottom line. Shopify Capital might seem fast and easy, but convenience often comes at a price. Shopify Capital uses a factor rate system, which can be tricky to compare to traditional interest rates. To get a clearer picture, you have to do some math to convert it into an annual percentage rate, APR. While Shopify Capital claims their rates are competitive, there's a good chance you can find better deals elsewhere, especially if you have a strong credit history and a healthy business. Traditional banks and small business loans might offer lower rates and longer repayment terms, giving you more breathing room. Con number 4. Not Shopify, not your choice. Alright, this one might seem obvious, but it's worth mentioning. Shopify Capital is exclusively for Shopify users. If you've built your e-commerce empire on another platform, you're simply out of luck. This can be a major limitation, especially if you're happy with your current setup and don't want to migrate to Shopify just to access funding. Con number 5. The cash flow catch, 22. Here's a sneaky downside to Shopify Capital's automatic repayment system. Remember, a percentage of your daily sales goes towards repaying the loan. That's great for Shopify, but what if your sales take a dip? Suddenly, you're stuck having to make repayments even if you're not generating enough income. This can create a dangerous cash flow cycle, forcing you to take on additional debt just to cover your Shopify Capital repayments. It's a cycle you definitely want to avoid. Shopify Capital. Not a deal breaker, but proceed with caution. So, is Shopify Capital all bad? Not necessarily. For businesses with a consistent sales history and a clear plan for using the funds, it can be a viable option. The convenience and speed of the application process can't be ignored. But before you jump in, do your research, compare rates with other lenders, be sure you understand the repayment terms, and most importantly, make sure the loan amount fits comfortably within your budget. Remember, Shopify Capital is a tool, and like any tool, it can be helpful or harmful depending on how you use it. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, happy selling.